Growing up watching all these movies, Hollywood seems something that it wasn't.
I've been daydreaming about this since I was 9 years old.
I saw things a 16-year-old should not see. Going out in Hollywood, partying. I was becoming somebody that I wasn't, and I feel like I was going in the wrong path. I just couldn't see myself. And I was like, that's it, my dream is over. And I got chewed up and spit out. My first audition was for Netflix, and I'm like, what is Netflix? And then they're like, it's for a show called Orange is the New Black. It changed my whole world. I'm Jackie Cruz, I'm an actor. I was born in Queens, New York. My mom had me at a very, very young age. My dad was 18 and my mom was 16. They fell in love and had me. They were together for a little while until I was like 5. I went to the Dominican Republic when I turned 7. My mom was also studying to be a doctor. So my tias helped raise me, and we all lived in the same house, and my cousins would all be there, so we all felt like brothers and sisters because we grew up together. As a kid, I just loved being on stage and the attention. So my mom put me in a lot of lessons. She took 2 jobs. I never saw her. I actually resented her because all the plays, all the concerts, she was never there. My father wasn't around when I was growing up. I felt rejected because he got married again and he had another daughter. And I just felt like, why wasn't I good enough to be like in his family, I guess. When you're young and they were fighting a lot, I don't know, Latin women, she just didn't want me to know him. And he told my mother, she's gonna look for me one day. When I got to meet him, it was like I found something that I was missing. But then I didn't really see him again after that. It was hard. We try, and we don't have that connection. When I was 15, I moved to California with my mom, just me and her, so I can pursue my career. We had nothing, a blow-up bed in the living room. I had to audition to get into my high school as a performing arts Hamilton Music Academy. And they were like, oh, another Latina? And I'm like, I can do this, I can get in, trust me, just give me a chance. And I finally got in. Senior year, I met this girl that was not a good influence, but she had her own Honda Civic. She had her own apartment, and she's 17 years old. And here I am living in a studio apartment. I take the bus everywhere. So after I met this girl, I stopped pursuing my dreams. I was missing school. I was just focused on boys. And she's like, why don't you move in with me? I told my mom, listen, I know you changed your whole life for me, but I don't like your rules. She's like, all right, Jackie. My mother's from New York. She's like, wait till you have a daughter. She's like, you want to go be an adult? Go ahead, go be an adult, but don't come back. And then I left. I was like, all right, cool, my ride's here. And I moved out. Back then, I just wanted to be liked. I just wanted to be friends with anyone. I would become something that you wanted me to be just so you would be my friend. I was becoming somebody that I wasn't, and I feel like I was going in the wrong path. I was living it up until one morning. We woke up super late one morning. We partied the night before, and we're like, all right, we got some free tickets to Wango Tango, and we headed towards the concert. Our friend was showing us the way, and she started to race him. I remember telling her to stop, that she's going too fast, to slow down. And the day that I do not wear my seatbelt, she hit the curb. She lost control of the wheel. The car flipped 3 times and I went out the front window. My face was crushed, basically. It was all scars on my face, my hands, my whole body. I was bleeding everywhere. I had a kidney contusion, lung collapse, broke 2 vertebrae, and had brain surgery. I had a blood clot in my brain. All I remember is waking up 2 weeks later with a tube down my throat, learning that I was in a coma for 72 hours. My mother did not eat when I was in a coma. She lost a baby. She was pregnant. I was her only child at the time, so she was gonna die with me. My mother told me when I was, getting up from the coma, I don't remember this, but I would write her notes like, I'm so sorry, Mom. Please forgive me. I love you. Can I move back in? This thing that I remember is waking up, feeling like getting up and looking myself in the mirror. And I had to look at myself this way because my eyes were crooked. And I smiled this way because my face was paralyzed. And I was like, that's it, my dream is over. Like, I grew up watching beautiful people on TV and I'm like, I'm not even like pretty. Like, how can I make it? I went to rehab, and so it was like a children's rehab. And I was the oldest one there, I was 17. I had to learn how to walk again. I was like, I wanna give up. I remember this little girl, she would be laughing at me and smiling at me, and I would like ignore her. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to this little girl. I was like, what's up? And she's like, hi. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, you had brain surgery too. She was paralyzed from the neck down, 7 years old. She's like, you're really pretty. And I was like, that's it. This little girl is happy and she's smiling at me and she sees something in me that I don't see in myself. And I remember you're 17 and all you care about is looking pretty and boys liking you. And I feel like that car accident was just like, wake up, Jackie. I started to walk. I went to the gym and then I started running. Then I started doing abs and my hair started to grow out. It was this weird hospital mullet, but I was like, don't touch my hair. Let it grow out. I said I could do a pony now. And I had like this 6-pack and I was like, I'm ready for Hollywood. And I took headshots. Me and my mother sent out hundreds of headshots to agents and managers, and I heard no response. My jobs were very few and far between, and that's where I turned more to music. I felt really empowered by singing. I was going through heartbreak. I was going through just a lot for a kid, I feel like I lived a very long, short life. I was in my early 20s when I moved to New York. I started to hustle and I was missing acting. I started working in nightlife and that gave me the opportunity to audition during the day. And then my first audition was Orange is the New Black. I'm like, what does that mean? Well, it's created by Jenji Cohen. Wow, she created weeds. It'd be actually really cool. I went in there mad raw, like super raw. I imitated one of my girlfriends from work, feisty Latina. 2 lines, the tasty scene, the king cone. Don't put your sticky ice cream shit in here.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, it's my treat I'm saving, just leave it.
Leave it? Fuck leave it. You can't put your sticky ice cream shit in here.
It ain't just an ice cream, it's a king cone.
I didn't see anyone else audition. I was the first one there. And she's like, that was really good. So they called me 2 weeks later and they said, I got the part of La Flaca. Finally getting a yes, it just felt like, wow. You don't start off as a series regular. I was just supposed to be there that one day. But I worked my way up. I went from day player to series regular. Getting Orange is the New Black is the highest point in my life. My first time going to the Emmys, I felt beautiful. It was really, really, really special for me. From going to a deathbed to a red carpet. It just felt like, wow, my work really paid off. My accident, I'm thankful for that. Yes, it was the hardest, most difficult time in my life, but now I get that all of my struggle, it's for a reason. Obviously, all those emotions come to me. All I have to do is think about it, and if I need to be sad in a movie or in a part, I can get that, and I can be very honest. I feel like every struggle in my life was for a reason, and I didn't understand that until today.